congratulations. You must be very excited. As you look around here at St James's Park, you're now manager of this great club.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind?
Excitement, a desire and a will to do well. We're in a tough position. I understand that, I know that, but I believe we've got enough to get out, and that belief is I've seen that this morning in training with the players, spending a couple of hours with them. I felt that before I accepted the job, and having seen them in training, I now know that there's some talented players in that squad. Not interested what's gone wrong in the past. Can't do anything about it, whether it's been poor play, poor decisions, low on confidence, poor refereeing decisions. It's gone. We're third bottom, that's a fact. My job now is to make sure that this football club stays in this league.
You've distanced yourself from this job in the past. What's changed?
Well, I love the football club, and I realise they're in a bit of a rut, and I was asked to help out. I'm very honoured and privileged to accept that. I know it's going to be tough. I know we've got some tough fixtures, but you name me one fixture in the Premier League that isn't tough. Probably the toughest one to start with on Saturday at Chelsea. I'm not accepting the fact that people are saying, well, it's only Chelsea. Not expected to get anything. We are. Because if we don't, the teams around us will be 5 points clear of us if they win. So we've got to get something out of this game.
It strikes me that Alan Shearer doesn't come to this club unless it's on his terms. What have been your terms? My
terms were I could bring my own people in with me. Ian Dowie and Paul Ferris on the medical side, two people who I believe in, two people who I trust. Ian comes with a very, very good reputation as a coach, very strong mentally. Players will enjoy being with him on the training ground. Paul on the medical side, I trust. But it's a challenge that I think I might have looked back. A question was put to me by a friend who said, if you don't do it and they stay up, will you regret it? And the answer was yes. So I had to do it. I believe that we can stay up. I wouldn't be sat here if I didn't.
Would you have done this for any other club?
Probably not. No, I wouldn't. No, I was fantastic life. I really enjoyed what I was doing. Looking forward to doing it again next season. Don't know whether Gary and Alan are. Were sitting next to me, but I think it's a great opportunity. I really do. I think it's.
Alan,
when I look at Newcastle,
Alan, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Are you seriously saying to me, if you can keep this club up, you will not extend your relationship with this club beyond 8 weeks?
Yeah, that's the job. That's my aim. My aim is for this football club to say to me, we want you to stay on, because if they do, then it means they're in the Premier League, and that is my aim.
You'll consider it?
No, my aim. I know what I'm doing next season. I'm here for 8 games, and I'm here for 8 games only.
What has Mike actually said to you to convince you that this is an important thing for you to do? Because you had concerns prior to coming here.
Yeah, I had concerns. I had questions that needed to be asked, in whatever manner they were asked, and I needed truthful answers. And I got the answers, the truthful and the honest answers. Mistakes have been made at this football club. Everyone knows that. The owner and the chairman have come out and publicly said that themselves. And you can't change that. But what you can do is you can learn from them. And whatever people think of them, what I heard when I spoke to them over the last 2, 3, 4 days was I thought was the right things. And for whatever reason they brought me in, whether it was a last-ditch effort, whether I was the only man, it doesn't matter. I'm here. I want to get away from myself if we can. I know that's difficult, because it's not about that. It's about trying to keep this place in the Premier League where it belongs. Look at the stadium. It'd be a crying shame if this was a Championship football club. We don't want that, and I don't believe that'll happen.
There are some people, some of whom we know, who have accused you of lack of courage. You must get a sense of satisfaction because you need real courage to take this job in the current situation of the club.
It was a big decision, but it was a decision that I thought about. And if I didn't believe it, that I could do it, or the players can do it, then I wouldn't have took it. There's the belief there. I think that's the most important thing. There's a belief that myself, Ian, and the rest of the staff, but the most important ones are the players. I think, having spoken to them this morning, that they believe they can stay up. I seen something in training that I was really excited about. I know it's only in training. They've got to reproduce that out there when there's 52,000 here screaming on Saturday. It's a lot tougher, but I believe they can do it.
You've brought Ian in, Ian Dowie, as your number 2. Have you discussed your escape route?
What, on Saturday afternoon if we don't win? No, I'm not. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking of there's 8 games to play, 8 winnable games. I really believe that. Chelsea have got a game in the Champions League quarter-final on Wednesday. Can they still win the Premier League? They'll think that. They've got some world-class players with a great experienced manager, and we're going in against them. And we'll be looking to get something out of the game.
You've never managed before.
Nope.
Why do you think you can do this job?
Because I have belief in the players. I have belief in myself. I have belief that we can turn it around. There'll be a great atmosphere here on Saturday. We want the crowd to be that 12th man, as it is on most occasions here at St James's Park. But it's belief. You have to believe it. If I don't believe it, the players won't. And that's what I've been telling them this morning. And as I said, I was really pleased with what I've seen.
Have you learned anything from Roy Keane, Paul Ince or Tony Adams?
Well, I think it's always great, and I think it's refreshing when you see great players, as who you've mentioned, go into management. Gareth Southgate is another one who's having a tough time at Middlesbrough, but for whatever reason, Ince, Roy Keane and Tony Adams are no longer in the jobs that they were a few months back. Don't want to get involved in that, but I've got great respect for them going in and trying it. I'm here to try now and give my best, and fingers crossed it'll work.
You seem to have had an immediate reaction from your players. Michael Owen, what have you said to him?
Michael knows what I think of him. I told Michael what was happening. One of the first ones I told, because I believe that was right. He's the captain of the football club. He's a world-class goal scorer who will, if given chances, score goals. And what do we need at this moment in time? We need to score goals. I know we've got to stop conceding, but you can't win games unless you score goals. And Michael's one of the best at that, so we have to create for him.
You respect the conventions of this game. You've mentioned people like Bobby Robson, Kevin Keegan, Terry Venables, people that you've worked for. Will you speak to them during these 8 weeks?
Yes, yeah. I think I'd be a fool not to. I have to try and tap into their experience. I spoke to Kenny. I'll speak to Kenny Dalglish. I'll speak to all of them over the next few weeks. I'll probably need to keep my sanity, I think, don't you?
Well, it seems to be already you're galvanising that body of opinion, that sort of leadership that you lead, that you need at a club like this. When you walk out on Saturday as the manager of Newcastle United, can you possibly describe how you will feel on Saturday?
I'll have great pride. It's a great honour for someone to ask me to be manager of this great football club. I'm sure there'll be butterflies there, but most of all, I'll be excited. I really will, and I want the players to go out and show what they've showed me in the training session, because there was a belief there. There was some good, quick play in training, but you've got to do it out there, not on the training pitch, and they can do that. They really can do that. I believe that.
What struck me when you spoke in the press conference was that you're expecting people to reproduce what they do on a training pitch on the big stage. You will not be looking for shrinking violets. So it's all about mental as much as physical. Can your players do that?
Characters. I'm looking for characters, and I've seen that. I've seen it already. I know there's characters in the dressing room, and when you're in a fight, it's a lot harder to play at the bottom of the league than it is to play at the top of the league. And when you've got a demanding crowd like we have here, an expectant crowd, it might be a little bit tougher. But enjoy it. Go out and play. Great stadium, great arena. And most of all, you have to enjoy it. You really have to enjoy what you're doing.
You went outside a few moments ago to meet the adoring fans. Newcastle are running out of messiahs. You need to do this for the people who come to watch this football club, don't you?
Yeah, I do, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here, because I've been asked to help out at the football club that I love. Some people will agree with that, some people won't. Can't do anything about that. That's the beauty of football. It's about opinions. Over the next 7 or 8 weeks, I'll have people tell me I've done the right things. I'll have people tell me I've done the wrong things. But I know if it's passion, if it's commitment, if it's energy, people want, then they'll get that. All right, I'm inexperienced. That's why I've got Ian Dowie next to me. He'll help me. He'll tell me what I'm doing right or doing wrong, and that's why I've brought him in, because I want him to do that. I'll make mistakes, but I've got to try and keep them to a minimum, because I haven't got time.
This seems like an amazing opportunity for Alan Shearer to really establish his managerial career and credentials. Is that how you see it?
Well, people are saying to me it's a risk because of your reputation. I made a reputation as a player. I'm no longer a player. That will stay. I scored all the goals for Newcastle, and they're there. I've done that, so I've moved on to something different now. I'll be judged like every single other manager is judged. Results, simple as that. I've got a few less games than anyone else has got. I've got 8 games to try and get those results in.
But you're prepared to put your reputation on the line for this club?
Absolutely. That's why I'm here.